Thanks, Chrissy. You're certainly on the pulse there. I was kind of hoping I could get through 10 minutes and not mention the obvious, but as you said, very early stage discussions and nothing is certain out of them. I'll focus on the Mount Isa region and the opportunities that are presented there. I think the opportunities in Mount Isa are immense, and I think our cover slide here is rather fitting. It is a picture of sunrise at Kelman, and I think it really is sunrise of the Mount Isa region as we head into a world of copper shortage and good copper investment opportunities, and I'd like to talk to you about what I think is one of the better ones at the moment. I'll let you read the statement at your leisure. In terms of the company, you can read all of these points. There are three ways that we're going to deliver returns for our shareholders, and each of them I think has a great chance of providing the returns investors are looking for. Number one, our existing resource base, some 530,000 tonnes of copper equivalent metal in a resource already. I think we're incredibly undervalued from the perspective of copper dollars per pound of copper in our resource base relative to our peers. That's opportunity number one. Opportunity number two is investing in a company that has a great path to exploration success. So you've got to have the right team and the right projects, and we've amassed some 3,000 square kilometres of tenure in the Mount Isa region. And we have a team that is responsible for world-class mineral discoveries historically, and have made recent mineral discoveries in the Mount Isa region. So in terms of exploration success, there's another opportunity for value. And the third, have a look, I guess, at the recent history in the Mount Isa region of potential consolidation opportunities, and obviously the one that Chrissy alluded to there presents one of those opportunities. In the region in Mount Isa in the last 18 months, we've seen 7 transactions with a minimum deal size of $30 million. This is a region that's moving forward with great opportunity. If you're looking for copper opportunities, I would look no further than our own backyard in Mount Isa. In terms of the company, current position, market capitalisation of $43 million. Our cash position there of $1.8 million doesn't include the R&D tax refund that we expect early next month. Last year that was $1.1 million, and we also have some funds that are due for some JV drilling that we did in December. You can see we're in a very similar position at this conference last year in terms of our share price. We experienced an incredible run through April and May on the back of some really good news. And I'll talk to you about our 12 months. I think it's been an exceptional 12 months. I don't think anyone here would argue with this overall sentiment in the sector for the last 12 months, but I present to you what we have achieved during that 12-month period. We increased our JORC resource at Kelman by 40%. So we now have over 40 million tonnes there, 39.9 million tonnes at 1.1% copper equivalent. We found 3 new deposits in the Mount Isa region, each of them delivering 50-metre intersections of greater than 1% copper. It's pretty rare to find one of these, let alone 3 in a year. So I'll talk a little bit about them and our plans for 2024. In terms of Mount Isa and where we are, we're located midway between Mount Isa and Cloncurry, Tier 1 deposits in every which direction. We're exploring 2 large fault structures there that we think are highly prospective and underexplored. A number of these systems that we've been unearthing these drill hits on have never been drilled previously, and there's many, many more of them, particularly within our tenure and our surrounding tenure. In terms of the overall region and the discussions that Chrissy alluded to, our portfolio with that 530,000 tonnes of copper, neighbours next to us have circa 300,000 tonnes of copper equivalent metal. You're building the baseload of mineralisation that can support mines for 10 to 20 plus years at production volumes that are significant. This is the opportunity that exists in this region with additional exploration and obviously additional success. In terms of Kelman, if you've heard me speak here before, you've heard me talk about this asset. Last year, this increased 39 million tonnes. It's a copper, gold, molybdenum, rhenium deposit. The open pit material now encompasses 71% of the mineral resource. That 27.7 million tonnes and a copper equivalent recovered grade at 0.9% is very similar in size, grade, strip ratio as a T3 project was in Botswana when it was acquired by Sandfire Resources. I know those numbers particularly well because I worked for Sandfire when they acquired that project. Sure, it certainly was discovered, it was taken through a feasibility study at the time of the purchase, and Kelman is still pre-scoping study, but this size of deposit, the grades, the strip ratio lend to the economics, and being located in a Tier 1 mining jurisdiction with established infrastructure has some advantages. It's funny, people say to me, look, you're struggling for traction with your copper molybdenum project. Why don't you think about a uranium project? Not many people appreciate the price of molybdenum and what molybdenum has done over the past 3.5 years. There has been a significant price increase in molybdenum. You can see the blue line there showing the price of moly relative to uranium. Molybdenum is going to be a new age mineral. It's going to be used in stainless steel in all the applications that we see for turbines, be it wind, nuclear, gas. It'll have a source in electric vehicles and for the support panels of solar panels. It is going to be required moving forward, and the overall thematics around supply and demand are very similar to copper. In fact, most molybdenum is mined from copper deposits, from the porphyry deposits of South America. So we see a very strong future for molybdenum. The Kalman project represents probably a top 5 project in terms of grade for an undeveloped project in the world. Molybdenum has just been added to Australia's critical minerals list, so I think a project such as this would attract some attention from the government agencies when they look to opportunities within Australia for the development of this critical mineral. Our priorities this year are to follow up on last year's hits at Hardway, the South Hope region. We have world-class joint venture partners in Sumitomo Metal Mining and Glencore. We're looking to advance our activities there, as well as looking for our own large-scale IOCG systems. We believe this region's capable of delivering more Tier 1 copper-gold deposits, and that is our attention from an exploration perspective, whilst also pursuing those exceptional drill hits that we had from last year. In terms of Hardway, Hardway is a kilometre-long strike. We've now drilled 20 holes at this particular prospect. We're looking at anywhere from 15 to 30 metres wide, up to 50 metres wide in parts at grades between 0.7 and 1% copper. There's some really interesting rare earth grades here, but it isn't a focus for us. We are focused on the copper potential. But I think where we see large IOCG systems, we also see an abundance of rare earth mineralisation, some interesting grades of cobalt and manganese, and Hardway has all of these aspects to them. We're drilling a couple of deeper holes here, looking for a sulphide source at depth, and I think this will be one of the early stage targets for this year. You can see the extent of surface copper anomalism there. It's quite substantive over a large period. In terms of other targets, Bullrush is another target we'll be testing in 2024. Large-scale IOCG system out in the granite unit there. Again, cutting-edge frontier exploration for these large systems with no exploration or no drilling in these areas historically. In terms of our project down at South Hope, you can see sits very complementary to the Carnaby resources, Mount Hope prospects there, where a mineral resource was established late last year. Again, the exploration potential in and around that boundary is strong and presents great opportunity for us moving forward. Last but not least, and I talked about this in a cricket term, this is really a free hit for us. This is our secondary project here in WA, and whilst we may be a little bit late on the lithium perspective, we have a great target sitting on the opposite side of the Liontown deposit at Kathleen Valley. In terms of the particular project here, we're just about to start drilling. In fact, Clay from Strike told me that the drill rig's turning up tonight, so I expect the drill rigs to be turning by the end of the week, and we'll be testing underneath some pegmatites and lithium geochemistry anomalism that looks super exciting on the edge of the granite. Not only that, will we be drilling the lithium potential here in the exact same positions, albeit on a slightly different orientation. We have gold mineralisation here. So you've seen many deposits through Western Australia where we've seen gold and lithium mineralisation together. Some of the historical hits we've had here at 8 metres at 4, 4 metres at 6 offer some great upside potential. I'll point your attention to hole 28, which is located roughly halfway down there. There's some 200 metres of spacing in between that to the line to the north. That particular hole, 4 metres at 6 grams per tonne, we'll follow that up with that drilling. Very busy program coming up here at Mount Isa, drilling with our JV partner, lots of news flow to look forward to, and of course we'll see where those discussions get to. Thanks very much.